guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. Today we are cooking in our Instant Pot. This has to be one of my favorite kitchen tools that I got in 2021. So today I want to share with you guys how to cook the most perfect whole chicken in just under an hour. I'll also be sharing two of my go-to Instant Pot recipes. So the rule that I like to follow when I'm cooking a chicken inside of the Instant Pot is 6 minutes per pound, and then I do 15 minutes natural release, maybe a little bit more. One thing that I don't do is I don't play around with raw chicken. I rather eat some dry chicken than some like undercooked. Do you ever have chicken that's like almost done but not quite there? So I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys in a little bit closer as we wash our chicken. Just a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'm a mom from Philly. I have 2 little boys. I am all about life on a budget, and I would love to have you. So subscribe if you're into any of that. All right, y'all, let's go. When you're washing your chicken, please make sure you clean your sink first, because you do not want a dirty sink when you're cleaning out the chicken. And make sure you wash your hands, because chicken is ill. Here's everything that you're going to need for your roasted chicken inside of the Instant Pot. I'm obsessed with Better Than Bouillon. If you guys have not tried this, you have to. It's just so good. We're going to also be using Tony's injectable butter, garlic, onion, some type of citrus like lemon or lime, Kerrygold butter, that's the best, any type of herbs, and then olive oil and any seasonings of your choice. I like to mix it up. I use a bunch of different ones, but you could use just like salt, pepper, garlic powder, maybe, if that's all you have, but these are just a few that I like to use. I'll go ahead and link the injectable butter in my Amazon storefront. It is so good. It comes with the injector and you just put it inside of your chicken. It helps to flavor the actual meat and not just the skin. So once that's done, I take all the excess and just rub it all over the chicken. You're going to add all of your seasonings, and then you're going to start to fill the inside. You basically like steam the chicken when you put it, like the garlic, the onion, the lemon inside. It helps to create steam and like steam that meat and make it super duper tasty and good. So just stick all of those goodies inside of your chicken. Make sure to season underneath the skin. Use that little trivet inside of the Instant Pot. Squeeze the citrus, add some more seasoning, and now it's time to cook. For this, all you need is about 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup of water. I'm adding that right into the bottom, and then I'm going to add in about 1 teaspoon of Better Than Bouillon. This is going to create a nice chicken stock, chicken broth that you can use in a future recipe. Once you let the steam release naturally for about 15 minutes, then you can take out the chicken. I always add in a meat thermometer just to make sure it's at the right temperature. If it's not at like 165, I would put it back in for just a couple more minutes. Now this chicken is amazing. You can just have it for dinner. You can shred it up and keep it in the fridge for easy lunches. You can use the broth that's in the bottom for future soup recipes. It's literally amazing and a staple at our house. It's delicious. One of my favorite recipes is Mississippi pot roast, so I'm going to share how you can make it 2 different ways. We're going to start with the beef version. I'm using just like a pot roast. You can use like the thinner type of meat. Any kind of meat is really fine, but this is what I had. I definitely would say if you are going to use this kind of like pot roast, to cut it up into like 4 little pieces. That'll make it a lot easier. We're also going to be using unsalted butter. I prefer unsalted just because I don't like it to be too salty, and I love the McCormick Instant Pot Mississippi pot roast mix. It comes with everything that you're going to need, so you don't have to buy the ranch and the au jus. It's super duper simple, but I do not follow the recipe that's on the back. I like to do it the way that it normally is online. So we're going to start by browning our meat. I'm just setting my Instant Pot to the saute setting for about 30 minutes. If you're sensitive to salt, definitely don't salt the meat. And if you have a bigger roast like this one, cut it into 4 smaller sections. I prefer to salt it just because it gives it a nice crust. I'm just using the Dollar Tree spray butter in the bottom of my Instant Pot once it gets nice and hot. Once the beef's been browned on all sides, you're going to take it out. You're going to add in 1 cup of beef broth. If you're sensitive to sodium, use low sodium. This is going to deglaze the bottom of the pan to get all of those bits off. Then you're going to add your roast back into the pot. You're going to add in your seasoning mixture. You're going to add in your 1 stick of unsalted butter, and you're going to add in 9 pepperoncinis. I'm a huge fan of garlic, so I just smashed 2 cloves of garlic and added that in. It just helps to add a nice little taste. This is how it should look when everything's added into your Instant Pot. Now it's time to put the lid on. You're going to make sure your seal is good, and we're going to put this on for an hour. Now you want to let it cook for an hour because you really need to break down that meat so that it can get nice and tender and it can be shredded really easily. So that's how long I do it for. One of my favorite things to have alongside of the Mississippi pot roast is mashed potatoes. So I'm going to start by taking my potatoes, washing them, scrubbing them. I'm using the Dollar Tree veggie scrubber. This thing works super duper well. Then I'm going to cut my potatoes into little pieces. I'm doing about 6 of them, and then we're going to add them into a pot with water. I add the chicken better than bouillon to the actual water. It helps so much to flavor the potatoes. It tastes delicious. You could also do the vegetable version of this, and it would taste good as well. So we're just going to put the lid on there and let the potatoes come to a boil. Once you check the potatoes and they're nice and soft, you're going to strain out all of the water, add it into a bowl. To make the mashed potatoes, I like to use heavy whipping cream, an entire stick of butter, and I like to use a little bit of the Crazy Jane's with just salt and pepper. I feel like basic is always best for me, especially being careful with the salt because the Mississippi pot roast is pretty salty itself. But this is how our mashed potatoes came out. So I try to let it naturally release for about 15 minutes, then I'll go ahead and release any of the excess steam. Now it's time to shred the beef. See, you'll notice like it's not as easy to shred once you get down to the middle, so that's why I definitely recommend cutting the meat into like 4 little pieces. Now once it's all shredded, you add it back into its juices and it's ready to serve. It is delicious with mashed potatoes. It's one of my favorite go-to meals. It's filling and leftovers are scrumdiddlyumptious. Now, if you've never had Mississippi chicken, you are totally missing out. You basically use all of the same ingredients, but you substitute the beef for the chicken, and it's delicious. It's cost effective, but it also tastes just as good. So we're going to be using the Instant Pot Mississippi packet. If you can't find this, all you have to do is use an au jus packet and the ranch seasoning packet. So we're also going to be using 9 of the pepperoncinis. We're also going to be using Kerrygold butter. I always try to go for unsalted. I see some people use salted butter and it makes it super duper salty, so try to go for unsalted if possible. Of course, we're going to wash our chicken and remove all of that excess fat. For this recipe, you don't have to sear it, so you just add your chicken right into the Instant Pot. We're going to go ahead and add in some chicken bouillon. So you're just going to use water and chicken bouillon. It's like half a cup. You don't need a ton of water, especially if you don't want it like super juicy. Add in the seasoning packet, add in the 9 pepperoncinis, and add in the 1 stick of butter, and then it's time to put this baby on. For this recipe, I cook it on the highest pressure for about 12 minutes. I let those steam release naturally for about 10 minutes, and then I take it out and shred it. Again, this is great with mashed potatoes. Some people put it on sandwiches. You can have it with pasta. You can have it any way that you want. It's just a great base that tastes good and it's inexpensive. And it's quick. I'm like quick and easy, just like me. I like to get things done as fast as possible. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're a real one and you're still here, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Leave the hidden word John in the comment section down below. Leave it in a funny, snarky, cute kind of way, and I'll feature some of you guys in my next video. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.